There it is, the game. Okay. Okay. We have this. Patrick Stauffer is the guy that lost the round before against Emery deck with Katniss Emery deck. And Leonhard Badenberg is a burn player. It
I think
seems
it's wrong.
it's wrong. Yeah. Anyways, Patrick is on Tron and Leonhard is on burn. Um, the Patrick is on the other side. Patrick is the guy with the Tron cards, and Leonhard is on the other side with some burns. Yeah, it is like this. Okay, now Leonhard played his lava spike and burned the face of Patrick, and now already Tron complete. Tron complete, guys. Okay, okay. Now Tron has the complete Tron and can search for another tower. This way, on turn 4, he will have 10 mana. And at the same time, Tron has like one of the best cards against Burn. That is the 4/4 that looks at its opponent hand and takes a card.
Fault not here.
Toadnosier, the name so is not my strength. Uh, and it's a card that the burn player is not really good at taking away because he needs to use the double burn spell. And now we see another card that is not great against Toadnosier and it is not great against Tron in general at this point of the game already. Because the Tron player now. Okay. The Tron player now will just put the other piece of Tron and probably play Toadnosier. And the Burn player is already in a terrible spot, I would say.
So Tron is on,
Yeah, Tron, Toadnosier.
as you predicted.
Let's see his hand.
Actually, it's always very good, also for us here as commentating. So you see the
Yeah,
hands of the
now
players.
we know the hands. It's a lot of burn. I think
Yeah.
at this point,
9 direct damage.
I take the bolt. Yeah,
Yeah.
because if he plays another um, I have to learn the names. Another 2/2 that deals 2 damage if you cast a spell that costs 3 or less. The problem is Leonhard will just lock it himself alone, and that's quite a problem for the burn player, because the lives are still 17 to 19. If he plays another one, it will be really hard, really hard, because the Tron player could just laugh at it and play his big spells, and the burn spell player will take 4 damage for each burn spell that he does. What?
So he's going directly. So what would actually now be a good play from the burn player? So there is like a 2/2 on the battlefield.
think-
Attacking is very difficult, so maybe attack first, giving 2 damage, and then a burn spell to the
Yeah,
fault
I
not
think
seer,
that's the
getting back
only.
1 card.
I feel.
I mean,
Okay,
you have to clear the way.
yeah, I think he has to attack because he loses the race
Yeah.
against his own Eidolon. Because I learned that the card name is Eidolon now in this moment. But anyways, uh, he cannot play another Eidolon because it's just.
He does.
Yeah, I know the result of this.
So what?
That's another thing. But
Yeah, I mean, but a very important thing if playing against Burn is having an early big blocker. It could be Tarmogoyf or it could be Fault Not Seer.
let's see what Patrick does. If he knows the matchup now, I think he can just deal 3 damage to his face.
Yeah.
I would deal 3 damage on Leonard's face.
Well, actually, it just needs 4 rounds, and then you also have some attacking. I mean, there is also Worm Coil, which is
No,
really
it's not
good.
for rounds. There
But
are
it's-
2 Eidolons to play.
Ah, so yeah, exactly. So if Leonhard wants to do something, he loses the 4 life because every spell
I
is
think the
triggered by the
situation.
Eidolon.
I think the thing that he had to do was attacking with Eidolon and trying to trade. It was a really bad spot, anyways.
Mm.
But like this, it's terrible. I mean, now he did with that was the other option. He killed the double Eidolon, but at the same time, he has a 4/4 and a big Eugene into play. This way, the spot is really still terrible
Yeah,
for Leonard.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is what he also.
Yeah, because if you have to double, I don't know. As a Jant player, I think you had this experience because Jant
Yes.
gets in this spot where sometimes with Tarmogoyf you put the burn player in the spot where Eidolon is terrible.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of the things because Jant is really good with Tarmogoyf at putting at one point putting the race in your favor
Yeah.
against burn.
But there is always a thing. I mean, something what I experience for playing, for example, with Tarmagov or John against Burn is that well, hanging back is not the game plan
Yeah.
because you really and you also have sometimes also have to take some risks because the Burn player it just can top deck and give it directly, so you don't have any counters, you don't have any instant discards. Well, okay, maybe you have call against command, but if they hit the lightning bolt, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
But
you
then
have
you really also have to go into that race.
you have the ooze that is great against them, but
Scavenging Ooze
yeah,
is really good because creatures, they burn creatures, they will die against
yes.
chance. So they clear the way for Scavenging Ooze. But you also don't want to play Scavenging Ooze on turn 2 or
No,
maybe not on turn
that's
3 because just gaining 1 life
getting a
is not
Searing
enough.
Blaze on your creature. That's not
Exactly.
what you want.
So
That's not
it's
what you.
not very easy. But coming back to the Eidolon, it's well sometimes it's okay if it's there, and
It
if
can be
I'm
really
ahead.
good, but there are spots where just it's one of the really tough the decision that Burn has to do in some games if he wants to play the Eidolon or not. Just because sometimes the Eidolon is there and you feel just like the move is risky because you don't have enough real burn on your opponent, and if you don't go with the creatures and you just have to play burns from your hand, it's
Mhm.
changing 3 damage in exchange of 2 damage on your face. Against Urza, it's a little bit different because Urza will also never take damage from Eidolon at some point. It
Yeah.
can really dodge it. But for Jand, one of the things that I saw a lot of times happen is just that Tarmogoyf goes and says, "Hi, little
Hi
creatures."
there. Yeah, it is really one of the important threats. But, and that's why I also love the Eidolon, it's an enchantment. So this makes also small Goifi bigger,
Yeah,
very quick. So it's just like removal, like bolt on it. So we have bolts, maybe a fetch land and enchantment, a creature, and
push
Tarmogoyf is
so many things. Yeah,
sewing. So what are the sideboard plans here for
take it.
both players? I saw some fractals for to Tron, which is actually really good, gaining these 5 lives, and
Yes,
also if it dies, well, it will not die, but you're getting the creature. So there's much upside. So, but what is there for the burn side?
we have to say at first that Burn is a heavy favorite against Urza in general. Not Urza, Tron in general. Um, the fact is that the start of Burn was the worst possible.
Mm,
Uh, uh, Going against, you know, Goblin Guide does against Throne, it does like 8 damage or at least 6. If you start Lava Spike, oh, that's the start you want.
that's the start.
If you go Lava Spike, it's 3 damage on your face. Stop. And you don't have to answer to my threat. It's just 3 damage on my face. And then you play an Eidolon that is already kind of late against a lot of fans of Urza.
Mm.
He had a fast Tron. That's another thing that was really important this way. And he has another fast Tron. He
So
has
he's
still the
killing.
Tron complete in his hand. And a Karn on turn 3.
He has Tron in his hand.
Yes.
Ooh, so there's some action here. There's also some action that he can use his Chromatic Star for making his green mana if he doesn't have the green mana for a Fractals, because I think he has one in his hand.
That would be. He, the burn player has the 3 damage you cannot gain life in his deck. I don't know
Well,
if he has it in his
Skullcrack can
hand.
be very
Skull
good.
Crank. Yeah, the hand of the Tron player is really good because playing a Traktusk into a Karn into maybe a Ulamog is just insane. That's another spot where Eidolon will not shine, I think. It could make 2 damage to the Tron player, but I don't feel like the Tron player has to do that. I think, like, at the moment, he just wants to play his Draktusk, his Karn.
Yeah,
He will be safe like this.
yeah. After Fractusk, everything is safe, I guess. But
Yeah.
yeah, we never know. I mean, there could also be some more gas in the hand of Leonhard.
Okay. He has an answer for the Eidolon already in his hand, Patrick. He has the Destroy Target enchantment that your
I
opponent gains
see.
for life. Enchantment or artifact.
But this is actually what Leonhard wants. So because the opponent is losing at least 2 more damage.
Yeah, it is. It is true, and I agree on that. But at the same time, it is the correct play now because it's you are still saving 2 damage, and okay, I understand why Patrick did this, and I can see that because he feels like pretty safe with the truck tusk
Yeah.
in my head. I think it's interesting now because he is pushing a lot. Leonard
Oh, there it
just
is.
put everything on the table and
So it was not quick enough. Yeah, so this was really, and this was the start the burn player needs to have.
wow. That's the
Oh,
only
oh,
real deal at the moment. But now the burn player could attack with all and just burn the creature that went blocked. Okay, let's see. Let's see now. Oh, okay.
oh wow, Path to Exile. So he takes also some 4 damage.
He was dead in any case. In his hand, I think he has 2 cards in his hand or just one.
It could be 2, I guess.
I think there are 2. I think it's a bolt and a Boros charm.
Ah, I see.
This way, if he attacks with all, he can just bolt the creature that went blocked from the Wurm Coil and Boros Charm and put him on 1. It is true, it's just on 1 because he has to kill the. But like this, with a pot, it should be enough.
Oh, I see. So there's direct damage.
So
And
much
the swing,
violence.
wow.
So much violence.
This is what burn does, wow.
Well, and Tron had a really good hand.
Yeah.
A really good hand. Turn 3 Wurm Coil, and he had still Fractus the turn after.
This is actually, these are the threats that you really want against the burn deck. But if the burns, well, but maybe it's also the
I
thing he was on a play. You
Yeah,
also have to think about that,
that
huh?
was a
Which
big
was very,
difference.
very relevant.
I still think the play he had to kill the Eidolon. You take 2 damage, but you don't take 2 damage the turn after.
Yep.
Why should I not kill it? It is because I'm keeping the chromatic star for the Traktus.
Yep.
It makes sense if he. I don't know if he had the Wormcoin already in his hand or not.
I was not sure about that. I didn't see the worm coil before.
Maybe he drew it
Yeah.
on that turn, I think. Then it is a correct play for sure. I totally agree on the play. If Wormcoin was the draw, not even close. He could have talked about going for like Wormcoil or Traktus and try to seal the board. This way, every burn spell was 3 to you and 4 to me.
Yeah.
But the start was just crazy.
Yeah, that was really good. This was like like you have to do if you play burn.
Yes. Yeah, but also the to seal the deal, the Path to Exile, it was funny.
Yep.
It was close to winning without the Path to Exile. 1 damage short.
But if you have it, why not use it?
That's a good argument. That's a good argument. Saving it for game 3, you have to save them. Save your resources. That's what you have. We have to learn in Magic in general.
Yeah, it's
saving
definitely like
resources.
that. It is, it is. And there's just one life that matters. It's your last one.
Let's see what happens now. It would be interesting. If I think, yeah, with the Path to Exile against the Worm Coil, I feel like Tron needs really a good hand to be
you said.
Or also just burn that doesn't has like the Goblin Guide on turn one is already a big difference. I mean,
Yeah.
Goblin Guide is on turn one against Tron is like a double burn spell for 1 mana.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
already
there's not that interaction. So let's see. You said it's very important what the Tron player has in hand.
yeah.
So
Let's
maybe
see
we'll have some look. Warping Wheel? Oh.
zero Tron
We
lands.
were not yet.
Just one forest. No, I
Not yet
saw
able to spot.
there was an ancient stirrings. There was a map, a forest, but
But no action.
no Tron lands, warping whale. It was a clunky hand, and
Yeah.
you cannot try to. If you go clunky, like all the Eidolons will be really good against you,
Yeah.
because you have all the cheap spells to get to the Tron, but you have to get to the Tron without so many.
Yeah.
You have to go. Wow.
There
That's
is
another
one
mulligan.
more land. Oh,
No,
wow.
that was closer, I think.
So I saw lands.
He had, I think, two ballista, ancient stirrings, chromatic star, chromatic sphere, uh, Urza Tower.
So
That
there's
was
already the green mana for.
yeah. He could use the ancient stirring. I think it was that, but that was fast this way. That was closer on 6 cards, but I know that Tron players like to mulligan. That's one of the things in life, It's,
Yeah, and after new mulligan rule, it always gets
yeah,
better.
the
So this is.
that's
So
that's a
see
Tron.
that? This is.
Complete
Here
Tron.
we are. This is what Tron does. Wow.
I,
So we will see turn 3 Warm
I,
Coil for
I,
sure.
I really love this deck. No, I'm joking.
That was another. I don't like to play against it because it's so crazy. I mean, you can go down to 5 and you find everything you need.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. Oh, another.
Wow. Okay.
This is from the Goblin
Yeah,
Guide,
that's
I
the
guess.
Goblin Guide. I
So we
was
have to
like,
go back.
Goblin Guide.
The
that
perfect
finds
start
another
here
one.
from Leonhard, our burn player.
Yeah, but Tron on Tron. There is a burn coil. It depends a lot on the path to exile, I would say.
Yeah.
Depends a lot on it. There are two Karns. I think Karn against Burn is. It depends a lot. It's really situational.
It's not the
Oh,
best card
there
you
is
want.
that's a path to exile. Yes. Okay, I think the Burn player has a really good hand.
Another Goblin Man.
That's like one of the worst possible draws. I think maybe the worst one.
And 4 more damage. So he's already down to 14 after the hit in the first step.
Yeah,
And
if
now
if
again.
that card that Leonhard has in his hand is a path to exile, the the Tron player will not be smiling in few minutes. Maybe he will, but still.
Maybe there could also be some more action.
Yeah.
Never know. This is what magic
It's a
makes
it's
so
a
great.
burn spell in his base. I think a lava spike or something like that. Yeah, it's a lava spike. Spada beam.
Wow. Welcome to Burn. Turn 2, your opponent is on 11 life.
Burn.
This is what the deck does. But actually, yeah, as you said before, the Burn is, of course, favored here. And now we really can see if
The
the
burn
path
is
of
on
exile
fire. Yeah.
is in the hand.
Yeah, that is it.
And it is.
Burn. The
Wow.
reaction was like this, like, yeah, if you have it
Yeah,
them
I mean,
all,
it's a sideboard card as well, so.
yeah, if you have them all.
But on
it's
the other side, now he has access to more green mana.
how lucky?
But
How
how
lucky?
lucky is
How
this
lucky?
on your turn 4?
Yeah.
And they both will swing in, going down to 7. It's now the Worm Coil engine. Wow. Oh my
That's
God.
interesting.
These could change.
It depends if he has burn spell.
I guess there was a Boros Charm in hand. Oh, Lightning Helix. 2
Oh,
Lightning
yes.
Helix, 1
No,
bolt.
he has Skullcrunk also in his hand.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes. That's Skullcrunk, the third one.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Elix, Bolt, Skullcrunk.
So what will you do? Attack into a Worm Coil, play Skullcrack, or wait until the Tron player attacks for 6?
I would kill
And
my
then?
opponent.
You
He's at
okay?
7. I bolt him, his face, he goes to 4. I attack with bolt, I play Skull Crunk, my opponent is dead. I am happy, my opponent is not. That's perfect. It's a good day.
So sometimes burn can be so simple. Why was there no play before? Because he wanted to crack the blast zone.
Yeah, he wants to crack the Blast Zone, but
But he will lose the race because of the burn spells.
no, my problem is not why did Leonhard not play the bolt?
That's actually a fair question.
Keeping it for later?
Yeah, maybe playing around.
Yeah, I can see that. It's interesting. No, I think he forgot. He was like excited about just smashing my.
I think he was excited about being here at Swiss Magic Master the feature table.
That's possible.
That's possible.
Compensated by us too.
Oh yeah, I
I think
see.
that's.
Yeah, maybe that's the point.
I think
Eh?
it's still correct to attack. Also, if he has to crack. I mean.
Yeah, sure.
Also, yeah, because it was close. Because at the end, you make him see more cards, and I don't know, he would still crack the card. I don't know. It is,
But if he used to play that bolt, so he would be the last turns, he would be able to make now this lightning
and kill
helix,
him
and then the next turn
Yeah,
kill it. So if it
I,
doesn't draw a land, this could be an issue.
yeah, I was thinking now that if he has like a Tractus and the Tractus, because the game was win,
Yeah.
it was a win for Burn. If now he goes like Tractus and the turn after he doesn't draw the land and he goes Tractus again,
Things can go
I think
really
it is hard,
janky.
obviously, but
Yeah.
when it is a situation like this, you have to take it and just put it in your pocket. Don't give other options to your opponent. And also, no, now the right play would be, in my opinion, just to carn the land.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there was not that many land draws, just 2 lands. So
Because
actually going to the land.
Wurmcoil is, you know that against a hand like this, why would your opponent have 5 cards still in his hand playing burn? It's
Yeah.
a little bit strange. You have to suspect that he has a pot to exile or something like that, or that he has the kill. If he has the kill, you try to put it the way that he maybe not doesn't have the kill, because the
Definitely.
kill could be like Boros Charm and Helix.
Yeah.
This way, I think like Karn would have been
So
a better
now
choice.
he did it.
Yes. And that was
And
crazy.
that was match.
That was crazy risky.
Yeah.
Playing like this. No, because he could have destroyed his Wurmcoil if he had the green gain 4 lives.
Oh wow, yeah,
That was a
definitely.
misplay for sure.
Oh wow.
If
I also didn't
he
thought
goes
about
like,
that.
he goes like this, and your opponent goes like, I destroy my Wurmcoil, I have a Death Touch guy and a lifelink guy, and you're dead.
Yeah, it is.